Alrighty, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream. It's been a while. I have actually rebuilt my computer. It's been a long haul, but I got it just in time to do a bit of an update here for you guys. Once again, it's good to have you guys here. Like I said, it's good to be back. Hopefully that you guys are doing good out there, but anyways, my friends, well, we got ourselves a bit to talk about here, so we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it. So, obviously, if you guys have been following along with the weather lately, we do have a pretty nasty risk for severe weather going on here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Storm Prediction Center outlook here real quickly. What's up, Anna? What's up, Mark? What's up, Tabletop? Hope you're doing good. Of course, everybody else who is here, hope everyone's doing well. Anyways, folks, so yeah, we do have a pretty large enhanced risk here for today, a level 3 severe weather threat out there. Let's see here. Let me go and bring up my pen. Out here towards the south. So my folks out there towards like Louisiana, let's see here, portions of Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, even Panhandle, Florida, actually has a level 3 threat for severe weather today. So we'll have to look out for that too. Now, the unfortunate thing is that we do have ourselves a large 10% risk area here, as you guys can tell. So the areas that you see that 10% dashed area, that is where we do have the potential for significant tornadic activity, possibly being Ef2 or greater, unfortunately. So definitely today we really need to be focusing on the south. The tornado threat does go up towards the Midwest here as well, as you can see, but a lot of the big threat though is going to be really down there in the deep south, down there in the deep south, towards like Louisiana and whatnot. What's up, Alt? What's up, Tom? Saying really good to have you back. Glad to be back, my friend. What's up, Renita? Hope you're doing good. Joplin says pretty heavy rain on I-49 north of Harrisonville, Missouri. Let's look at the radar currently. So this is a current view right now. As you can kind of tell, actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to change this over there. Ooh, yeah, look at that line. Pretty nasty line of storms rolling through. So that's the line of storms right now. It is rolling through Louisiana and through Arkansas currently. It's a pretty gnarly little line, actually. It's getting ready to hit areas out there by Little Rock. So just a bit of a heads up there for you folks out there in Little Rock. Y'all are about to get it. Let's go ahead and turn on some of these warnings here. See what we got going on. Yeah, it does look like we do have some tornado warnings and stuff like that. Let's see. We got a tornado warning in effect for Leesville, Louisiana, towards Simpson. 25 minutes ago on that there. And another one to the north towards, let's see, Pearson. I think it's Pearson, sorry. Mink. Let's see here. Mora. Gorham. Yeah, you guys are inside of that warning there as well. That's out there in west central Louisiana. What's up, Robin? Hope you're doing good. And then, of course, this whole red polygon background here, this is the tornado watch that we do in effect here. So definitely do got a bit of activity that is really starting to pop off. So like we mentioned, the threat for severe weather here is just going to continue all day. It's going to be pretty much an all-day event here. And it will continue into the overnight hours, unfortunately. So that's something we'll need to look out for. Let's go ahead and bring you guys over here to the models real quickly. So this is the NAM 3K. Current time is basically midnight here, or not midnight, noon. Sorry, my brain. I need to get back into the stream realm and stuff, dude. It's weird, not streaming for a while and then getting back into streaming. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, this is a pretty nasty line of storms rolling through here. So obviously it's noon Eastern time right now. We work our way down in time as we approach right around 2 or 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. That line should be throughout like central, towards like central Louisiana and like east central Arkansas there, you guys can see. And as we approach our way further down in time, let's say right around like 6 or 7 o'clock, that line should be throughout like central Mississippi and whatnot here. So just a bit of a heads up there. Tabletop coming with a $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Saying, how's Wilmington tomorrow? Thanks, Andrew. So, Tabletop, you got a pretty big day tomorrow, actually. So if we hop back over here to the main screen real quickly, We do have another enhanced risk tomorrow, guys. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be a pretty nasty day as well. So you being there in southern North Carolina, you actually you got a 5% chance for tornadoes. The tornado threat tomorrow is not going to be as crazy, as it is for today. Of course, today's risk, we do have that 10% hatch risk out there overall. Which is a pretty big threat. We got to watch out for tornadic activity, Ef2 or greater for today. But tomorrow, we do got that 5% chance out there. Now, the main concern for you, Tabletop, is actually going to be damaging winds. We're talking actually a 30 significant risk for damaging wind gusts. We're talking these ranging between, possibly 70 miles an hour or greater overall. Christy coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that very, very much. Big shout out goes to you, Christy. Thank you so much for the support. I honestly really appreciate that. Huge shout out goes to Christy. Thank you so much. My camera's a little bright here. Let me go ahead and turn down the brightness a little bit. it's a little bit bright. But seriously, Christy, thank you so much for the 20. Big shout out goes to you, Christy. Also, Tabletop, thank you, man, as well. I appreciate it. But yeah, keep an eye out there for it, Tabletop, because the main thing we got to look out for is that significant risk tomorrow with that 30 hatch risk that we do have, which is, pretty solid risk, actually. So definitely got to look out there for that. Now, also, hail will be a concern tomorrow, too. There is no hatch risk for hail, so the hail is going to be ranging between, 1 and 2 inches in diameter, essentially. So between 1 and 2 inches in diameter hailstones is, kind of what we're going to be dealing with here tomorrow. For today, actually, tomorrow's threat for hail is actually a little bit greater than it is today. Today, we just have this big 5% region here working its way from the south into the, the Midwest and whatnot. Just, a little shot for some hail, between 1 and 2 inches in diameter, whatnot. But yeah, tornadoes today and damaging winds is going to be the main concern here. So we really need to look out for that. Let's see. What's up, Kat? Hope you're doing good. Alt, say Pennsylvania is interesting. Tomorrow, Pennsylvania does have a risk, yeah. We do have the slight risk out there for central and southern Pennsylvania. So keep an eye out there for that. Let's see here. Chris says, only channel I support. Thank you, Andrew. Christy, seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. That is greatly appreciated. You are much appreciated, Christy. Thank you once again. And if there's anything I can do for you to help out, please feel free to let me know. I'm here for you, my friend. Thank you once again very, very much. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. So another thing I do want to look at, actually, real quickly. Let me bring up the meso-analysis here. We're going to pull up meso-analysis because, dude, honestly, this system here has quite the impressive low. So if we work our way up here to the Midwest here, you can see that we have this this area of low pressure. This is the main engine. What I usually say is the main driver, of everything. This is that main system. So that's where the low is right now, out there towards these central plains, in Oklahoma and Kansas. But models later on has that low pressure really strengthening. I mean, really strengthening here. And, one of the things with this event here that's a little concerning to me is the winds, how strong these winds are. I mean, in the deep south here, for tornadic activity, you need some pretty strong winds, throughout the atmosphere, right? And, we have just that. We really do. These winds are screaming. I mean, our lower-level winds, this is probably about 4,000 or 5,000 feet up at 850 millibar height equivalent. Just, 4,000 or 5,000 feet up, roughly. These winds are 55, 60 knots, which that's pretty crazy. That's pretty strong lower level winds. That'll really help contribute to a tornado risk that we do have, especially under all that instability that's starting to advect northern or northward here. So definitely in Louisiana right now and whatnot, it's quite an environment, it is definitely that. So please be careful out there today. Absolutely. Let's see here. Can I do Crestview? You did my area before, my bad. So where's Crestview? Which state is that in? Not familiar with that area. So if you could tell me the state, I'd be appreciated. Kat says, what is East Tennessee dealing with? So Eastern Tennessee, yeah, you guys do have a marginal. Honestly, in that level 1 threat, the green area here, while there is a risk for severe weather, it's a relatively low end threat. So I wouldn't worry yourself to death over it. But I would keep an eye on the weather, as it is definitely possible that we could get some strong to perhaps severe storms. There is no tornado threat in eastern Tennessee, which is good. The main thing is, just the threat for some damaging wind gusts, possibly ranging between 60, maybe 70 miles an hour. A little bit different, obviously, towards, the deep south, towards like Mississippi, Louisiana. This is where we could see like 70 plus, really strong winds. But yeah, for you, later on tonight, as that low does, or as that line does work its way through late, it will definitely pose the potential for maybe a little bit of, just a little bit of gusty winds and whatnot. Let's see here. Renita coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, please tell me I should leave my home today. I know the winds will be strong. I'm worried about the trees in Macon, Georgia. Gotcha. So, real quickly. Macon, Georgia. Let's go and bring that up. Christy, I'll get to yours here in 1 second. But I appreciate it, Renita. Thank you so much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. So, today... Okay, so you're actually in a marginal risk here. You're kind of in that level 1 threat. Honestly, you should be relatively good tomorrow. Yeah, so you can kind of see between today's and tomorrow's threat, you're kind of on the lower end of severe weather scale. You're just in the marginal, which, gives you a 2% chance for tornadoes, which is very low probability. It's extremely unlikely that you'll get tornadoes. But, it still can't be ruled out. And so, still keep an eye on the weather. Damaging winds, 5% chance, and hail's not really a problem. So, honestly, Renita, your threat's pretty low. A lot of the heaviest of the activity is going to be to your west overall. All right, Christy. See, I'm heading up to Tallahassee this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Looking at properties. Do I know what Tallahassee is going to look like this weekend? Let's see here. I honestly don't think... Let's see here. What day? Hold on. What day is the weekend? Hold up. Let's see. So that would be what, Saturday and Sunday, the 8th and 9th, I guess. I don't think there's anything really else scheduled for the 8th and 9th. There might be a little disturbance here in the deep south. Just driving some rain. I don't think it would be really anything crazy. Just, a little bit of rainfall and whatnot. But it depends. Yeah, we'll have to see. There could be some precipitation out there. Models have been trending it for a little bit. I see a little bit of snow on that, but yeah, I wouldn't trust that right now. It's a little too early for all that, but it wouldn't be anything crazy, I don't think. But keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it, I should say, and I'll let you know if there's any new updates and stuff. Let's see here. But anyways, so Renita, once again, thank you. I appreciate your support. And yeah, you should be good. Just keep an eye on the weather late. It'll be fairly late as it rolls through. Double Rose says, hi, Andrew. Haven't tuned in a long while, so I don't know what's been happening the past few days. What's happening? So we have ourselves a big risk for severe weather today going on. Let me go ahead and bring you guys back over here to our main risk here. So this is the risk for today. We do have a large enhanced risk, a level 3 severe weather threat, including Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Panhandle, Florida here. So, we do have ourselves a pretty large risk here for severe weather today. We do have that large 10% hatch risk for the potential of tornadoes Ef2 or greater, where that significant tornado risk is for 10% chance. That's a fairly decent shot, for severe weather overall. So, fairly decent shot for tornadic activity, I should say. Potentially strong too. So, please keep an eye out there for that. That main threat's going to be throughout like Louisiana, Mississippi, and like Southwest Alabama for the most part. With all that heavy potential. But the tornado threat still does linger up further into areas in like Georgia, of course. Anywhere with color you guys can see here has a tornado risk for today. 2% chance, relatively low tornado threat. basically meaning that there's a 2% chance that a tornado could drop within a 25-mile radius of your location. So within 25-mile radius of you, there's a 2% chance of a tornado dropping, which, as you can imagine, it's pretty low. And even if it did, that's within 25 miles of you. That doesn't mean it's going to be for you specifically. It just means within 25 miles. So as you can imagine, it's a fairly low risk for those areas. But then you go into the brown here. This is that level 2 tornado threat, the slight risk equivalent. This is where we do have the 5% chance, which, is still fairly low, but it is an increased probability. But then you work your way into the yellow, which is a 10% chance. So that's where, probability really starts to pick up a little bit. And on top of that, like we mentioned here, we do have that, we really do have that potential where some of those tornadoes could be quite strong. Once again, potentially significant, being Ef2 or greater potentially. So that's that. And that's not the only concern. Like we mentioned, damaging winds and stuff today too. That hatch risk area here between, Mississippi and Louisiana and whatnot. This is going to be a big wind problem. We're talking damaging winds, 70 miles an hour or greater. We're talking some serious wind potential out here. For these other areas here, we're talking mostly between 60 and 70. But yeah, for that significant area, we're talking like possibly 70, 80 or more. We're talking some really strong wind gusts out there. And probability-wise, the Browns a 5% chance for damaging wind gusts. Same thing within a 25-mile radius of your location. There's a 5% chance of damaging winds, being 60 miles an hour or potentially a little bit stronger. And across the yellow, 15% chance, and the red, the 30%. So, yeah, 30% chance for having, significant damaging winds. Say, for example, use Jackson. Within a 25-mile radius of Jackson, there's a 30% chance today that there could be some damaging winds, ranging possibly 70 or above. So that's pretty high. That's pretty high. Let's see here. Renita says, will I be live? I only trust you at this point to help me to my safe spot. Renita, honestly, for your threat, since it's late, I probably will not be live. Usually I typically do like to do nighttime coverage, which I might do some night coverage. Actually, I will likely do some nighttime coverage today. This live stream we're doing here is just kind of an update for you guys, just to let you guys know, what's going on. That way I can help you guys out, kind of prepare for this event here, and tell you what's going on. But, in the future, though, tonight, I probably will go live for at least a little bit. But, Renita, I don't know if the storms will be out there by then because looking at the models, it seems like the storms are going to be there, like, right around sunrise. So, we're talking, like, really early storms. But, honestly, Renita, try not to worry about it too much. I mean, obviously, I want you to have a way to receive warnings. Make sure you have a way to receive those warnings and whatnot. The weather radio, if you have one, turn it on. Just keep that on. But, honestly, your threat is relatively low. Being in that level 1 severe weather threat, it still can't rule out the threat for severe weather. There still is potential for damaging storms. But, the threat is fairly low. Just have a way to receive warnings. Just have a way to receive warnings. And I'll try, but I don't think I'm going to be live that early, for the morning, because, my sleep schedule is actually kind of back to normal at this point. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be live for all that. But, anyways, let's see here. Can I do Crestview, Florida? Gotcha. Yep, I got you, my friend. Let's see here. Crestview, Florida. Okay. So, yeah, Crestview is actually in the pretty big risk for today, my friend. So, yeah, you do need to be weather aware. Tornado probability of a 5% chance. Okay, so there's a 5% chance of tornadic activity. Honestly, when it comes to it here, I mean, this is not this significant risk area for tornadic activity. So, if tornadoes do occur, they should be on the lower scale. We can't guarantee that, but they should be not as strong as the tornadic activity potential is to the west of you. So that's something, but there is still tornadic potential. 5% chance, and damaging winds actually is going to be your main problem. You got to really look out for those gusty winds today. I mean, we're talking maybe 60, maybe 70 miles an hour or greater. We are talking some pretty strong storm potential here, so keep an eye out there for that. That's a 30% chance too. That's a pretty solid risk. Within a 25-mile radius of your location, there's a 30% chance that damaging winds could be observed. Within a 25-mile radius of you. And then lastly, hail. You're actually just outside of the hail risk here today. Now, while there still could be some small hail on the storms, honestly, we're not really expecting anything super crazy. Hail really shouldn't be a problem, too much of an issue today, to be honest with you. Yeah, today's main problem is going to be tornadoes and damaging winds, together. Those are going to be the two main problems. And then tomorrow, actually, all hazards, mostly damaging winds, then tornadoes, then actually hail. Tomorrow has a greater hail threat, towards the mid-Atlantic where it's a little bit cooler up there in the lower mid-levels. It's definitely a little bit cooler up there, which will, help with hail growth and whatnot, towards the mid-Atlantic and like the southern areas of the Northeast, towards like western Pennsylvania and whatnot. Tomorrow's hail threat's actually a little bit greater than it is today. Yeah, today we have that 5% chance, and then tomorrow we have that 15. So, tomorrow hail could be a little bit more of an issue. Let's see here. Has there been any tornadoes today? I don't know, to be honest. Let me bring up SPC real quickly. It does not look like we have had any confirmed, at least not from SPC anyways. Today's storm reports, we have no tornado reports from what I can see. We do have 44 damaging wind reports and 1 hail report. So, definitely winds are kind of the craziest right now. Yeah, the winds are the worst at the moment. But, definitely got to keep an eye out there for that for tornadoes later today, as it definitely is, going to be quite possible. And overall, I'd say it's quite likely that we will see a tornado or a couple of tornadoes today. Just given how large that risk area is and, how the atmosphere is right now. More than likely we will, unfortunately. Let's see here. Anything for Kansas? No, this event's not going to really be too much of an issue for Kansas, to be honest with you. We do have a little risk in eastern Kansas, of a level 1 marginal risk, but honestly, Kansas is not really going to be dealing with much of an issue today. There's a chance for maybe an isolated tornado in eastern Kansas, but odds are pretty low, to be honest with you. Damaging winds, we have a 5% chance, and hail 5% chance as well. So, Kansas is not really in too much of an issue today, but still is possible. We could get some storms. As you guys can imagine, the main concern is going to be for a lot of these areas here. That's where the biggest threats is. For Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, like western Georgia, and a little bit of Florida, Panhandle. That's kind of where the big threat is. That's where we're going to be dealing with quite a bit of activity overall. So. But you know what, guys? I will definitely try to go live again tonight for you guys, to give you guys more of an update and everything like that. And actually to do a little bit of coverage tonight. I'm not sure when I will go live, but I will try to go live sometime, maybe around 11 p.m. or so. I probably wouldn't stream long, to be honest with you, considering the fact that, my sleep schedule is still kind of normal right now. So, but I'll try to stream at least a little bit tonight, because I know nighttime activity is the most vulnerable time for severe weather. Nighttime is dangerous, for severe weather. I mean, severe weather in general is, dangerous, but, when it comes to it, though, I mean, it's, we'll definitely try to do some coverage tonight, okay? Let's see here. Renita coming in with a $10 super chat. Renita, thank you so much for that. Say thank you, Andrew. I really do appreciate it. I will send you a cash app after these storms pass. Keep up the good work. I'll always be grateful. Renita, you do not have to do that, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. That is really, really sweet of you. A huge shout out goes to Renita. Thank you so much once again for the support. That is just like really, really sweet of you. I appreciate it. And, honestly, I'm glad to be here, and you're very, very welcome. And Renita, I'll keep you updated. If you want to, tonight I will be live again, like we mentioned, probably around maybe 11 o'clock p.m. or so. So, Renita, if you want to join, then I will give you more of an update tonight, okay? Because by that point, we'll have new risk outlooks, and we'll have a new risk outlook, and, we'll be able to see how the event is handling right now, kind of see how it's performing, I should say. And, that'll kind of give us a little bit of a more of a better idea in terms of things. But seriously, Renita, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And, like I said, I'm here for you. I know it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I know it's a little bit scary sometimes, but, even if it's a little scary, I get it. I used to be scared of storms. I did, and, so I totally get where a lot of you guys come from. It certainly is a little bit, it can be definitely worrisome, but, we'll get through this, I promise. But once again, Renita, thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate that support. That's greatly appreciated, my friend. So let's actually talk about the flooding threat today. Let's see what we got going on here. That's the tropics. We don't. It's a little off season for that. But let's look at the flooding threat today. I've not looked at anything regarding this yet. Okay, so this is today's flooding threat. So we do have a shot for some flooding, actually, down in the south here. So the areas in green, we have at least a 5% chance for flooding to occur. So if you're in a low-lying area, there's going to be potential for flooding out there. So keep that in mind. But actually, towards the Midwest, areas in eastern Kansas, like western Missouri and like southern Iowa, we do have a level 2 flooding threat for today. The scale goes up to 4. Unlike severe thunderstorm activity, how the scale goes from 1 to 5, the flooding outlook goes from a level 1 to 4. This is a level 2 in the yellow. So that's, kind of a middle decent threat for flooding. So that does include areas like Kansas City, Joplin, Missouri, like southern Iowa, like we mentioned, south of Des Moines. So there will be a shot for some flooding out there, which I believe that's equivalent to at least a 15% chance for flooding. So, it could be greater. So keep that in mind. Especially if you're in a low-lying area there, in like western Missouri, eastern Kansas, southern Iowa, that's kind of where the greatest potential for flooding is today. Now tomorrow we do have a little bit of a flooding threat out towards the mid-Atlantic and coastal New England. As you guys can see, just a level 1 threat all the way from the mid-Atlantic, cutting through up into Maine, all the way down from pretty much Virginia, North Carolina border, all the way up towards coastal Maine. So there will be that threat overall. Just a little threat for some flooding tomorrow. So nothing super crazy. Let me go and bring up how much rain we're going to see out of this here. I'm actually really curious just to see how much rain we could get out of this. What's up, Jazz? Hope you're doing good. Storm anxiety is no joke. I completely understand. Like I said, I used to be that way too, with everything. I used to be totally scared of storms, before I learned about them all. Yeah, so I get it. I definitely get it. Okay, so here's a WPC forecast. This is how much precipitation we can expect within the next 48 hours. So you guys can kind of see the scale down here on the bottom. So areas in the Midwest.
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Okay, we just got a confirmed tornado. We'll get to that here in 1 second. So areas by the Midwest and like the Great Lakes region here actually could be dealing with a pretty decent amount of precipitation. We are talking between maybe 1 and 2 inches of rainfall. Locally higher amounts, certainly could be possible. Possibly out there by like Iowa and maybe like northwest Missouri. I wouldn't take that too seriously, but there could be some localized spots, 2 inches or maybe slightly a little bit more. But anyways, let's look at that tornado warning here, y'all. Apparently we just have a confirmed tornado in Louisiana right now. This is out by Walnut Hill. Let's see here. Hicks Crossing, Simpson, Burnstown, Clifton, Hemp Hill. Let's see here. Cora, Leander, LeCamp. Let's see here. Lizzo, Hineston. So some of those areas out there, I think the big area is like Simpson. That's like one of the big towns here, it looks like, in this warning here. You can kind of see on the reflectivity, though, we have that little inflow notch right there. So warm air is trying to get in there. So that rotation is probably in there somewhere. Let's pull up velocity to check on that. Definitely really curious to see what's going on in that storm. Is that it right there? It's a little area here. Let's pull up CC, correlation coefficient. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. So you see that little dot right here, y'all? That is tornadic debris. So that is a confirmed tornado on the ground up by Mill Creek Road, which is southeast of Leesville, Louisiana, southwest of Simpson. But Simpson's in the warning too, so make sure you guys are in your shelter. There it is right there. There's that second scan that just came through. Not so fresh debris coming through, but, you know, brief touchdown. Looks like it just happened. Still could be on the ground as well, so keep that in mind. Wow. Yeah, look at that. That's going towards the... That's gonna pass right near the radar, too. Yeah, it's right in there. Southeast of North Fort Polk here. Okay, so keep an eye out there. We'll definitely keep on watching that. We did have another warning to the north. They canceled that. So on the line, guys, a lot of these warnings here have winds 70 miles an hour. Once again, we're going to have possibility of winds, you know, being greater than 70 today, which will definitely be quite possible. Here, let me switch radars over here real quickly, you guys. We're going to hop over here real fast. See if there's any reports coming through here. All right, a little bit ago we had a 59-mile-an-hour wind gust on the border of eastern Texas and western Louisiana. Reports from MPing got a 3-inch tree limbs broken, power poles broken. That's just that's out there by Farmerville, northern Louisiana. Has reports of damage. Tabletop, I can understand. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be weather aware tomorrow, for sure. You know, I definitely want you to be weather aware tomorrow. We'll do more of an update on that tomorrow, Tabletop. Just for today, try to relax, because you know that threat's not going to be there till tomorrow. It's going to take a little bit of time for that cold front to approach you. You know, in that line of storms to approach you. So it's going to be a little bit, but I know it's easier said than done, but. Yeah, definitely try not to worry about it too much. I get it. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. I can completely understand. I think even where I'm at in Florida, we got a little bit of a threat here too. Let's see, day one, not today. Yeah, so Panhandle, Florida, we do. Let's hop back over here. So Panhandle, Florida's got to watch out today as well. Tomorrow. Yep, I'm barely in that level 2 threat out in here. This is right around where I'm at. So yeah, I'm in level 1 threat tomorrow. Yeah, so we've had 3 enhanced risk in a row. We had yesterday was actually enhanced, believe it or not. Yeah, I wasn't able to stream yesterday, but we did have an enhanced risk across the Central Plains yesterday, and then today, of course, across the South, and then tomorrow towards like the Mid-Atlantic region here. Day 2. Let's see, tornado probs. Yeah, probably for tornadoes it's going to be greatest in like the eastern central Carolinas tomorrow, southeast Virginia. Also, you know, damaging winds. That's going to be kind of the main problem. The wind doesn't bother me as much as the tornado risk. That's fair, but you know, Tabletop, I would definitely keep an eye out there for those winds though too, because they're going to be possibly like 70 miles an hour or greater. You know, so that's going to be something we need to look out for. See, intensifying line of thunderstorms may become capable of producing strong, damaging wind gusts and a few tornadoes as it overspreads to eastern Carolinas, southern Virginia mid-Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. Let's see here. Let's see, talking about lower level flow. May only become supportive of a weak cave. There's not much instability on that. 500 joules per kilogram is really not a lot, to be honest. But it's enough. It is enough, especially if your wind shear is there. If you have a lot of strong winds in the atmosphere, the instability can be lower and still pretty strong. Yeah. Look at this. All right, here we go. An additional scattered straight line wind gusts in excess of 65 knots. So that would be 75 miles an hour, roughly. Here, let me do a conversion. Let's see, 65. Yeah. Wow, look at that, man. I am right on the money almost. 74.8. Hey, you got to give me that. That was pretty close. It said 75. That's 0.2 miles an hour off. Still, yeah, it's going to be pretty strong. Pretty strong wind. So, yeah, Tabletop, definitely keep an eye out there for that. And also to the folks out there in, like, southeast Virginia and coastal Carolinas, yeah, definitely need to watch out for that overall. Yeah, we'll keep you guys posted, though. We'll keep you all updated on it. All right, see you later, Double Rose. But anyways, folks, well, I just want to go live here for a little bit just to kind of give you guys an update. We're probably going to head off here soon. You know, like I mentioned, just wanted to hop on here for a little bit, do a little bit of an update with y'all. Tonight, once again, probably around 11 o'clock or so p.m., we're going to go live again for you guys. So we'll definitely be sure to do that. And we'll definitely go live again for you guys tonight. Also, really quickly before I roll off here, look at this. This is the nation view on the radar. You guys can really kind of see what's going on here in the big picture. You know, we have that area of low pressure that's really starting to ramp up here. And we have that cold front there that's, you know, really shooting its way through the country right now. And another thing the last thing we're going to do before I roll off here real quickly, as I do want to look at the satellite with you guys real quickly. Just real fast, we'll look at the satellite, and then we're going to roll off here, okay? But like I said, we'll be back tonight. You know, I want to be here for nighttime a little bit, so we'll definitely cover a little bit of the night shift tonight. You can see all those thick clouds. That's where a lot of that thunderstorm activity is happening right there. Let's switch to Mosaic radar. Yeah, look at that long line there. And if we zoom out here real quickly to the U.S., yeah, look at that. Wow. Look at that big trough. You know, you can see the jet stream, how it dips like crazy right there. You know, that's our main driver, you know, of all of that stuff. That's pretty crazy. And so we have all that northerly advection going up ahead of that cold front there too. That's really it's making it fairly, I wouldn't say fairly warm out there. Yeah, I'd say fairly warm out there, and you know, humidity's pretty high. You know, pretty good amount of moisture content ahead of the line there. And then it cools down a little bit on the backside. That's going to be something we're going to notice too. But, you know, a whole lot of rain, though, across the Midwest and whatnot. There's definitely quite a bit. But anyways. But alrighty, everybody. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Once again, it's kind of a quick little live stream here. I just wanted to go live for a little bit with y'all just to, you know, just to give you guys an update, let y'all kind of know what's going on here. I appreciate y'all for joining us. Once again, thank you so much for being here. And alrighty, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining. We'll be back live here later tonight. So y'all hang in there. Be careful. Be safe. If you have a weather radio, make sure you turn it on. That way you guys can obviously, you know, have a way to receive warnings and whatnot. So if you have a weather radio, make sure it's on. Your phone should give you some warnings as well. So make sure those are on as well. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you all later tonight, probably right around 11 p.m. or so. So I hope to see you guys then. All right, everybody, thanks for joining. See ya later on.